I have big dreams. Okay, maybe more than big dreams. But still, my life looks nothing like what I want it to look like. In fact, most people who want to make big changes in their lives feel this way at some point. We want to love ourselves, be successful, and live a life that we're excited about. How can we make sure that we actually making progress towards the life that we want instead of just feeling motivated every now and then? What's more likely to happen? You'll probably stick with the 5 days. A good system helps you stay consistent. It allows you to make steady progress towards your goals without burning out. It creates momentum, and before you know it, you've reached your goal. You'll feel confident in your ability to succeed because you know that you have a plan. So if you're feeling stuck, don't get frustrated. Take a step back and assess your situation honestly. Are you trying to use motivation as a system? Are you pushing through exhaustion? And are you expecting instant results? If so, it's time to start again. Start small, be honest with yourself, build your own system, and keep going. Over time, those small steps will lead to real change. Remember, consistent small efforts compound over time. They're the secret to success. It comes down to building a system. If the thought of planning and organizing feels overwhelming, take a step back and be honest with yourself. Ask, what's really going on here? Are you procrastinating because you're lazy or because you're exhausted? Are you struggling to get started because you do not have the energy or because you do not know where to begin? Once you identify the real problem, you can find the right solution. Oftentimes we need to rest, recharge, and get perspective before moving forward. We need a simple routine or structure that we can fall back on when motivation is low. Something that accommodates our current energy level and limitations, not the other way around. A good system takes time to build. It requires experimentation, reflection, and adjustment. There is no one-size-fits-all solution. What works for one person may not work for another. It's a process of trial and error, but it's worth it. A good system fits your natural habits, energy, and preferences. It doesn't require huge amounts of willpower or sacrifice. It accommodates low energy days and helps you make progress even when you don't feel like it. It consists of small, manageable actions or micro steps that add up to big results over time. But being successful and getting what we want out of life requires work. It requires showing up even when we don't feel like it, learning new skills, facing rejection, and overcoming obstacles. And all too often we find ourselves struggling to take the next step, wondering where we went wrong and beating ourselves up for not being motivated or disciplined enough. I've made so many vision boards, wrote down so many goals, felt so much inspiration. Excitement, motivation is not a reliable system because motivation is fleeting. Motivation depends on how we feel and what's going on around us. When we're tired, stressed, or bored, motivation is low. When things are going well, we feel more enthusiastic and excited. So relying solely on motivation to get things done means that our progress will always be inconsistent and unpredictable. Motivation is great, but motivation is not enough. And motivation to start a business, become healthier, have more friends, and create more art. But here I am again at the end of another day, scrolling through social media, eating takeout, and feeling like I wasted the day away. Why do I feel like I'm living someone else's life? How come I'm not closer to my goals yet? And why am I still single? Aren't I enough? Am I lazy? If you recognize yourself in these questions, don't worry, you're not alone. But what if the problem isn't that you're lazy or undisciplined, but that you're trying to use motivation as a system? So what's the solution? Think about it. Would you rather spend an hour one day doing everything perfectly, or spread that workout over 5 days, doing a little bit each day? But building a system is easier said than done, especially when you're feeling mentally exhausted. Trying to push through exhaustion rarely works. Instead of getting to the finish line faster, we end up taking even longer because we burn out and need to take a break. When you build a system that works for you, you'll be able to make steady progress towards your goals without burning out.